Good afternoon, everyone. Mary Sloan here with another episode of Inspirational Influencer News, secrets of people making money while making a difference. And this afternoon, we are really fortunate to have a brilliant singer-songwriter, Fizz Anthony, whose actual name is Anthony DiMattia, but he has been a singer-songwriter who's been on the Billboard charts. He's been awarded for his humanitarian work with physically challenged children. And he's been on the news, Long Island's news, making a difference. So of course he had to be here on our show where people are making a difference. And this is amazing because if you have a brand, you have something that's really important to you, he can help you with your very own song. So we'll talk with Fizz today about how that works and what he's been able to do. But can you imagine having a Grammy Award winning team, singers, entrepreneurs, shamans, couples, all of whom have been helped by Fizz, and they have their very own song with a message. So if there's a message in your heart, you may want to talk to Fizz. And if you look at the descriptions of this talk, you will see a book written by Fizz and a link to it. And it's called Ignite the Rockstar Within. And I certainly encourage you to get a hold of that book, take a look at it, and then come get hold of Fizz and get that song into being so that you can have that song that really lets people know what an amazing rock star you are. So, Fizz, what would you really want people to know today about you that you just really wouldn't want them to miss in this interview?
Oh, well, thank you for that lovely introduction. I appreciate that. There's a few things that I want to actually just clear up, just because honesty is of the highest integrity. So I wasn't on the Billboard charts, but artists that I've written music for has been on the Billboard charts. So my music has been on the Billboard charts. I just want to clear that up because
sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay because I see. Okay, it can be misunderstood, but because I write songs for other artists, other singer-songwriters, and also my last name is the proper pronunciation is DiMattia.
Oh, DiMattia.
But it's funny that you said DiMattia because my father used to say DiMattia, and it was his last name. But the irony is, and my mother used to say DiMattia, and the irony is DiMattia is the proper way. And I actually found out because I was like, what's the right way to say my last name? Because both of my parents would say it differently. And I finally met these Italian people from Italy, and they were like, it's DiMattia, not DiMattia. And they were so upset about DiMattia. They're like, no, there's like a desecration of your name.
What's funny, there's your dad with the name, and he doesn't even know his own name all his life. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It is funny in a way. But yeah, thank you for the lovely introduction. And I go by Fizz now. This is my CD for those that can see. I recorded this with a Grammy Award-winning producer because I always had a dream when I was a little boy of being a rock star. But my dreams and the visualizations I would do, which I teach in this book, I would usually put on a Beatles album and close my eyes, and I would picture myself being a rock star, but it was always connected with healing others and helping the world. And I would come out of these visions crying because I got so emotionally attached to this vision of healing the world with music. And those visions were so powerful that I wound up being on News 12 Long Island, and a similar title to your show, News 12 Making a Difference, for my performances for children, physically challenged children. So, and I was awarded a humanitarian award. As a matter of fact, I'll show you your listeners, because I got the award right here. I could show everybody. They had awarded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they awarded me with the humanitarian award for my work with physically challenged children. And so I actually manifested that into reality because I would have these visions. And so when the movie The Secret came out, it really resonated with me because I was like, absolutely, because that's what I was doing my whole life. I was doing these visualizations, but the cool thing is I was putting music to it. And so it's almost like visualization on turbo boost, because when you put the music to it, it intensifies the emotion. And the thing is, you have to put emotion to your visions. You can't just, visualize. There has to be an emotional connection.
That is really powerful. So I know that you write songs for people, but do you help other people with their vision? I mean, that sounds like something that would be really helpful to help people
Yes.
get their visions and start to think about putting music behind it. Because you're right, it's all about the emotions, and we're selling ourselves on our visions is what we're really doing, and creating our own future. And so that would be really powerful.
Oh, absolutely. And the cool thing is that that's what I've been doing. And when I wrote this book, realizing that I could teach people this music visualization, and that was part of the reason for writing this book, Ignite the Rock Star Within. And in the book, I mentioned that I what happened was I had this whole goal, and I'm sure you've had goals, and everyone listening has had goals and things that maybe didn't come to fruition the way you thought they would. And so when I recorded the Fizz CD, which I literally invested my life savings to hire a Grammy award-winning producer to do this album with me, literally the best musicians on the planet. As a matter of fact, Paul McCartney's drummer from Wings is playing on the CD. And just a cool little share I want to share for people that are listening that are Beatles fans is when Steve Holley was playing for Paul McCartney in Wings, they were cleaning out Abbey Road Studios, and they came across this big leather bag of all the percussive instruments that Ringo used on the Beatles albums. And Paul gave this bag to Steve Holley as a gift. And so when Steve was playing on my album, he was playing on my CD, he was using a shaker. While he was using the shaker and all these percussive instruments, I felt it was like a priest blessing my CD, because I joke around and I say rock and roll is my religion and you're all rock stars. So, I come from a Catholic background. So the priest would use the shaker to shake the water and everything. And so hopefully that wasn't too sacrilegious for some of you, maybe, but I'm kind of funny like that. But yeah, I hope I didn't get too sidetracked with that long share.
No, it's great. I mean, it's great because clearly that's what's critically important to you, and that's what you imbue into the music that you write for other people, which is truly a gift that you can give.
It really is. And the thing is, so when I did the CD and I didn't get my manager and I didn't get what I was visualizing, okay, I'm going to get my manager, I'm going to make it. And that didn't happen. So then I'm like, okay, well, what now? And so I was looking at the speakers and the entrepreneurs, these people like Tony Robbins, and I was realizing, wow, they're kind of like the new rock stars in a way. So I moved to California from New York. So that's where I'm from. I'm actually back here in New York City now. But I went to California and I started studying all these entrepreneurs. And one of these entrepreneurs, his name's James Malinchuk, and he teaches people how to use speaking to promote your business. And he was sharing with everybody, you need your signature speech. And I thought, wow, they should have their own signature song. So while they're walking on stage, they've got their song playing, right? Because that's how the rock stars roll. And that's how I created signature songs. And I've been writing songs for speakers and entrepreneurs. I talk about it in my book. And it's just the most rewarding thing in my life, because I see these speakers and these entrepreneurs with dreams just come to life. It's a transformative experience for them. They really step into their dream in an even bigger way. And my first client, actually, here's the irony though, I have to share this. My first client was a professional speaker named Daniel Gutierrez, but he wanted to be a shaman and he wanted to lead people on these spiritual retreats in Machu Picchu. So did my first session with him, and okay, and he was talking about the magical life, and I'm like, okay, that's your song, the magical life. And so we wrote his song, the magical life. And what I like to do is make videos for my clients. It's kind of as an add-on. And I got him flying over Machu Picchu with
Oh,
his
wow.
song. So check it out. I went to see him speak at an expo in California, and he played the video on his huge screen. I mean, it was as big as screens get. And I believe it was the last time he ever spoke professionally, because that song literally helped him manifest his dream into reality. And now he has a healing center in Peru called Catalina, and he takes people on these spiritual retreats to Machu Picchu.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. And then my other client, Nancy Matthews, that owns the Women's Prosperity Network, she's really into Bruce Springsteen. And so we wrote her song kind of like that style, like anthem rock style. And she has her big dream is to sing with Bruce Springsteen. And so I designed the song with this in mind. And she uses her song. Nancy does these big events. The Women's Prosperity Network, for your listeners, by the way, I'm assuming they're mostly women. It's a great group for any of you women entrepreneurs to connect with. The Women's Prosperity Network. So check it out. And Nancy Matthews does these events where she's got like 500 women in a room, and she plays this song as she's going on stage. So I thought maybe I would just give you a little taste. Would you like to hear a little bit of it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And
Okay.
I'd love to hear that one too, the one that for the shaman that's now gone to Machu Picchu. Oh, yes, for sure.
All right, let's see if you hear this okay. To give with all your heart, show the falling out, show the torn apart. You have everything in the world that you need. Be the one who knows what it's all about, what you give and not what you get out. So be the one who touches every soul you meet. Everyone's the one, turn this world around. Everyone's the one, as I can see. Everyone's the one, everyone's the one, like you and me. So I'll just play a snippet of it. So that was Nancy singing. She's never sung before. Okay, so I mean, a lot of my clients, I encourage them to participate. I say, I don't write your song for you. I write your song with you. We go on a journey together because it's your message, and that's really important. And some of my clients don't sing on their songs, but some do. And so that was Nancy singing on her song, and really, really cool. So
that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Yeah.
That's her message is everyone's the one, like be the one for everyone, treat everybody with love and respect and that sort of thing. And that's her message.
And this is the song from your shaman friend?
No, that was Nancy Matthews.
Yeah, okay. But do you have that one?
I don't have that one set up because
that's all right. That's too bad.
They can look it up.
Yeah, just because we were in Peru and we didn't get to Machu Picchu. We actually were more in Argentina and just touched Peru. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of a dream to go to Machu Picchu. So I get it,
Oh, really? So, okay. So you know what? I'm going to bring you to Machu Picchu right now, okay? Hold on a second. Can we do share screen?
Absolutely. Let me give you the right. Oops, I don't want to do that. Stop. I want to do this. Multiple participants. Okay, now you can share screen. Sure.
All right, we're gonna take you and your listeners to Machu Picchu. All right, first let me. I don't share screen.
Yeah, right down the middle, and I
Can you see me here?
Mm,
Hold on. I'm sorry. You can see me, right?
I can see you, but I can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Okay, why not? Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Now you can.
Now we can.
Okay, here we go.
The magic word is receive. Be open to receive the magic of life. It's the moment you live. It's the space that you're in. That's the magic of life. You're a mystical man. Lead us through sacred lands in the magic of life. You're a shaman that leads other people to see in the magic of life. Be open to receive the magic of life. It's the path that you choose, and it's all up to you. It's the journey you take that will show you the way. That's the magic of life. It's a mystical dream, and you help us believe in the magic of life. You're a shaman of faith, and you show us the way. That's the magic of life. You're open to receive magic, the magic of life. Magic, the magic of life. Magic, the magic, magic.
Wow, thank you. That was
Yeah.
amazing, and I was very blessed to spend some time in Guatemala, and they had a number of similar types of settings of old, ruins that were sort of preserved, but never completely. Actually, that's very well preserved. And some of them were still, lots of the buildings were buried in all the forests and the jungles and everything. And I mean, it's a magical place, really. And to think the kinds of things that they were able to build and put together so long ago. And we think that, we're clever now. What? Yeah, really? And it's very humbling, I always find,
Share that.
to just get that,
I'm so happy you're sharing that, because part of my sole purpose is to help bring that awareness of the indigenous people to this awakening that's happening. They play a very important role in the awakening that's spiritual awakening that's taking place. And so I've written songs for other indigenous people. I actually recently wrote a song for we call him the keeper of time. Maz, he knows the Aztec calendar, he knows how to read it. more than the best, greatest professors in the world, because it's an oral tradition, and it was orally passed down to him because that's his heritage. And so, yeah, it's magical. It's amazing. It really is the magical life.
Yeah, it is the magical life. Wow. Yeah. Got me all teary-eyed.
Excellent.
I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, just to ever get to spend any time in one of those amazing settings is just such a blessing. And, you know, really, we're very fortunate. Guatemala is an interesting country because it's still a lot of live volcanoes. And well, my husband was able to get there. We were almost able to get there, but one of my friends had really had a problem walking, and so we tried ponies. Well, I've ridden horses all my life, and she'd never ridden horse. And the people who put the saddles on the ponies didn't do a very good job, and her saddle tipped over. And anyway, it was a mess. So we went back, and but she was fine, and that's what's good. But my husband got to go up and see a live volcano, so very exciting times. You know, but I mean, I think that, you know, what we can share with our listeners is that life is really worth living. I mean, get out there and see some of these interesting things. It makes me want to go back to traveling because I love traveling. I just, you know, because it takes you away from thinking that you've got it all or this area is the perfect one. And, you know, I live in Vancouver, BC. It's a pretty beautiful area.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people come here because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's not everything, you know. I mean, there are a lot of amazing, amazing places in the world. And we're so lucky to be able to travel now.
Oh, absolutely. I lived in California for 10 years. I performed in Laguna Beach. I had a contract at Hotel Laguna, which was amazing. I would spend my weekends in Laguna Beach, looking at the dolphins in the morning, swimming in the ocean with the whales, and then I would perform with my band. At that time, I had Dion Estes was my bass player. He had previously played for George Michael. I'm sure you've heard of George Michael. And before that, he was Marvin Gaye's bass player. So I'm fortunate to have performed with the best musicians and some cool places. I moved to Costa Rica. I was living at a place called Cinegita in Costa Rica, doing rock star retreats for transformational leaders, for speakers, entrepreneurs, taking their message and transforming that into their very own song.
Wow. So you did that on a retreat. That would be such a cool retreat. We should do one together.
I actually wound up moving to Costa Rica and living in basically in a mansion. I had maids and chefs and in the mountains of Costa Rica, and we were doing rock star retreats. And it was incredible time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, just getting out there and seeing the world, because, you know, it's far bigger and it's far more interesting than no matter where you live. I mean, you know, we both have lived in very interesting cities, and New York's amazing and lots of California is amazing, but there's a lot of other amazing places in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So right now, what's the best way for people to be able to get hold of you? So they want a song, or I don't know. Are you still doing retreats? Maybe you could do a retreat.
Yeah. Well, I'm not doing the retreats in Costa Rica at the present moment, but I am going to be doing soulmate song retreats for affluent couples. I'm going to be doing very high-end retreats for couples, taking their love story and helping them have their very own love song. So that's a new thing I'm actually working on, but I'm still doing songs for entrepreneurs, speakers, light workers, anybody that has a message in their heart. It's so powerful to take music and put that to your very own song. So just think about that. You know, it's just a powerful way for you to rock your brand and get your message out there, because music is God's language. It's the universal language, and it resonates with people's heart. So they're going to receive your message and what you're offering on a very deep level. They're going to be able to connect with who you are on a very deep level. So if people would like to get in touch with me, I would say a good way is I'm on Facebook as Fizz Anthony, F-I-Z Anthony. I really just go by Fizz, but on Facebook they make me put Fizz Anthony. So so yeah, so they can find me there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift each and every one of your listeners my book for free. I have an ebook version. I'll send you the link, Mary. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's in the descriptions. You already did, and
Oh,
it's in the description. So
perfect.
all they need to do is go to the descriptions of this talk, and the talk is up. It's an event on LinkedIn. You can find it there. It's
Great.
on my YouTube channel. It's on Facebook. It's on my profile, or it's on my page, Inspirational Influencer News. So just go to facebook.com/inspirational influencer news, and you can go to that page, and there's a lot of shows there, and you can see a lot of other wonderful people, and you can get that link and find Biz's and get connected with Biz there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This was wonderful.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you too, and I know that you're struggling a little bit with your voice, but we managed to get the interview in, and you still have a voice, so that's a win.
Yeah, it's a win. I appreciate your understanding and your patience. I know sometimes I'm not so tech savvy myself, so I know things got a little messy with our communications. I apologize.
Well, it was all right because we still got it done, and you're here, and your voice held out, and I mean, it was just an inspirational show as far as I'm concerned. I hope a lot of people get a chance to listen to it, because that music is just amazing, and you know, to get to go there to Machu Picchu and see the wonders there. I mean, there's no it's not a surprise that a lot of people want to go there and
Sure.
want to take retreats there, because it is a magical place, you know, and so that fellow that does them, I gather he's there, and
Yeah,
you can
you
get
can
a
look
hold.
him up. Daniel Gutierrez. If you look him up and look up Catalina, you'll see his website, and you'll be able to see that what he offers with retreats and everything.
Yeah, that's excellent, because I mean, you know, it's just an amazing thing to be able to do, and you know, it's not, a lot of people don't think that they can travel that far. It really, we live in a small world now. I mean, you know, 24 hours and you can be absolutely anywhere on this planet, which is amazing. So I want to thank you for being here and giving us an absolute treat. This was an amazing show, and I'll look forward to hearing and seeing you around. And of course, I'll look forward to seeing our listeners hopefully on the next show. So thank you so much.